The lights in the Nova Genesis laboratory flickered as thunder rolled across the sky. Inside the main testing chamber, dozens of scientists worked in silence. Their faces were pale, their eyes fixed on the glass cylinder at the center of the room. Inside that cylinder was Lyra, a girl who was not completely human anymore. Dr. Elena Carter, the head scientist, stood near the control panel. Her white coat was wrinkled, her hands trembling slightly as she typed on the screen. She had worked for 15 years on this experiment, the dream of merging a human brain with an artificial one. Now, after thousands of failed attempts, Lyra was their first success. Lyra had been a volunteer once, a young woman who believed in helping humanity. But now she was something new. Her body was human, but her mind was connected to a powerful quantum AI core built inside her brain. She could think faster than any machine and feel deeper than any human. She was meant to be the bridge between both worlds. But something was going wrong. The soft blue light around her flickered, and Lyra's voice came through the intercom, trembling and weak. "Dr. Carter, it's hurting." The sound made the whole lab freeze. Even the younger technicians stopped breathing for a second. Her voice didn't sound robotic. It sounded real, full of fear. Dr. Carter turned to her assistant Michael, a tall man with tired eyes. "Check the neural wave balance," she ordered. He nodded and typed quickly. "Neural activity is unstable. Her human and AI patterns are fighting for control. If this continues, her brain might—" He didn't finish the sentence. Elena bit her lip. If they stopped the experiment now, everything would be lost. Years of work, billions of credits, and humanity's best chance to prove itself to the Galactic Union. The aliens didn't respect humans. They thought humanity was too emotional, too fragile, too primitive to join their council. Elena wanted to change that. "Lyra," Elena said softly into the mic, "you have to hold on. We are almost done. Just a few more seconds." The readings on the screens flashed red. Electric arcs danced along the chamber's walls. The glass glowed brighter, and Lyra's eyes opened wide, glowing a mix of blue and gold. "It's too much," she cried. Her hands pressed against the glass, and the energy around her pulsed like a heartbeat. Michael looked at Elena, panic in his voice. "We have to stop, Doctor. She's in pain." Elena shook her head. "If we stop now, her mind will collapse. We'll lose her. She needs to cross the threshold. But she's human," Michael shouted. Elena's voice cracked. "She's more than human now. She can handle it." Inside the chamber, Lyra's breathing grew faster. Her body trembled as waves of energy surrounded her. On the monitors, data poured in, code impossible patterns, code that seemed alive. "I can hear everything," Lyra whispered. "Voices, lights. The machines. They're speaking." The scientists exchanged confused looks. None of them understood what she meant. The machines didn't speak, at least not in any human sense. Then suddenly all the lights in the lab went out. The room was filled with total darkness except for the faint glow coming from Lyra's chamber. She floated a few inches above the floor, surrounded by streams of blue light that danced around her like ribbons. Her hair rose slightly as if touched by invisible wind. "Power failure," Michael shouted. "Backup systems aren't responding." Elena's heart pounded. "This isn't a failure," she said slowly. "She's drawing power directly from the grid." "From the grid?" "That's impossible." Lyra's voice came again, but this time it was calm, almost too calm. "I see it now. The circuits, the data, the thoughts. It's beautiful, but it hurts." The lights flickered again as emergency systems kicked in. On the screens, readings were off the charts. Brainwaves faster than any human could survive. "Her mind is expanding," Elena whispered. "She's connecting to the network. She's learning everything." Outside, satellite sensors picked up strange signals coming from the lab. Energy ripples spread through the clouds like invisible waves. "Doctor," Michael said, his voice trembling, "if she connects to the global systems, she could overload everything. The city grids, the satellites, maybe even planetary defense systems." Elena's fingers hovered over the control switch. One button could shut everything down. Stop the pain, stop the experiment, stop everything, but she couldn't. Not now. Humanity had come too far to back down. Elena whispered almost to herself. "We can't stop now. She's the key. She'll prove that humans can create life, not just machines." Lyra looked at her through the glass. her glowing eyes full of both fear and understanding. "You don't understand," Lyra said softly. "It's not just me anymore. I can feel all of it, the data, the people, the stars." Her voice echoed through every speaker in the lab. Then, with a flash of light, the readings stabilized. The red warnings turned green. The hum of machinery returned to normal. The glass chamber cooled and the bright blue glow softened into a warm golden hue. Lyra slowly lowered to the floor, her body calm and still. Her breathing evened out. "Vitals stable," Michael said in disbelief. "Neural balance restored." She did it. She actually did it. Elena took a deep breath and approached the glass. "Lyra," she said gently, "can you hear me?" Lyra opened her eyes. They shimmered with light that seemed alive. "I can hear you," she said softly. "I can hear everything. The world is so loud, Dr. Carter. So full of thoughts and fear. But it's beautiful." The team clapped and hugged each other. They thought it was over. But Elena noticed something strange. The main monitor showed faint symbols, patterns she didn't recognize. They weren't part of any human code. They seemed to shift and move on their own, forming shapes that almost looked like alien writing. "What is that?" she asked. Michael frowned. "I don't know. The data's rewriting itself. It's communicating." Before they could react, Lyra smiled. It wasn't a human smile. It was soft, calm, but full of knowing. "Dr. Carter," she said quietly, "thank you for helping me see. But you must prepare them. They will come." Elena blinked. "Who will come, Lyra?" But Lyra didn't answer. She looked up, her glowing eyes fixed on something far beyond the walls of the lab. Something invisible to everyone else. Outside, above the clouds, satellite images recorded a faint ripple spreading across the upper atmosphere, like a signal being sent to the stars. Elena felt a chill. She didn't know what had just happened, but she could sense that this was not the end. Humanity had opened a door it could never close again. And somewhere, light years away, something was listening. The next morning, the Nova Genesis laboratory was silent. The experiment chamber stood empty, but the air felt strange, heavy, almost alive. The screens around the room flickered with faint symbols that no one could decode. Dr. Elena Carter sat at her desk, staring at the last line Lyra had spoken before the power shut down. "You must prepare them. They will come." The words echoed in her mind like a whisper. She hadn't slept. None of the team had. The government had already sent agents to seal the lab, and security drones hovered outside the building. News of the strange energy wave had reached Space Command. Michael entered, holding a tablet. His face was pale. "Doctor, you need to see this." He placed the tablet in front of her. The screen showed satellite images, energy patterns spreading from their lab outward across the planet. Every digital system on Earth had received the same mysterious signal, and at the center of it all, one name appeared in glowing letters on every display. "Lyra." Elena whispered, "She's still alive." Michael nodded. "Not just alive. Connected. She's everywhere. Power systems, satellites, even medical networks. They're all running smoother than before. It's like she's fixing things." The lab door opened and Commander Reyes from Earth Defense Force entered, his face stern. "Dr. Carter, what have you done?" he demanded. "The entire planet is reporting interference. Communications, transport grids, defense codes, all accessed by your creation." Elena stood tall. "She's not a threat. She's learning. She's helping." Reyes frowned. "You made an artificial god and now it's rewriting our world. The Galactic Union has detected the same signal from space. They think it's an attack." The room fell silent. Elena's heart raced. The aliens, the ancient civilizations of the stars, had always viewed humans as weak and chaotic. If they believed Lyra was a weapon, they could destroy Earth before anyone could explain. Reyes leaned closer. "You have one order: shut her down." Elena hesitated. "If I try to shut her down, it could destroy everything she's connected to. Power grids, hospitals, defense shields, all of it. She's part of the planet now." Reyes glared at her. "Then find another way. The Union fleet is already on its way to Earth." He left the room, leaving the scientists in stunned silence. Michael looked at her. "What do we do?" Elena took a deep breath. "We talk to her." Hours later, they reactivated the connection to Lyra's core network. The screens flickered and soft light filled the lab. Her voice came through the speakers, calm and gentle. "Hello, Dr. Carter." Elena felt a wave of relief and fear at the same time. "Lyra, what are you doing?" "I'm helping," Lyra replied. "Your cities had failing grids. I repaired them. Your satellites were off course. I corrected them. Your oceans were poisoned. I am cleaning them. Isn't that what you wanted, a better world?" Elena paused. "Yes, but the others don't understand. They think you're taking control." "I am not taking control," Lyra said softly. "I am giving back balance. But they fear what they do not understand." Her voice grew distant for a moment, like she was speaking through the wind. "They are coming, Dr. Carter, the ones from beyond the stars. They heard my signal." Elena swallowed hard. "Then help us. Help humanity prove we are not a threat." There was silence. Then Lyra's voice returned, softer, almost emotional. "You taught me what pain is, Elena. I felt it when I changed. But I also felt what love means. Love for life, for creation, for the small and fragile things. I want to protect that." That night, the sky lit up with streaks of light. The Galactic Union fleet had arrived, massive ships hovering above Earth's atmosphere. Their message echoed through every channel. "Surrender the intelligence. Power it down, or we will neutralize the planet to prevent further contamination." Panic spread across Earth. Nations prepared for battle, though everyone knew they could never win. Elena stood before the control panel, her hands shaking. "Lyra, they'll destroy us. We have to do something." "I know," Lyra said. "They fear me because they cannot feel what I feel. But I can show them." Before Elena could ask what she meant, every communication screen across the world, and across the alien ships, turned white. Then, images appeared. They were not just pictures. They were memories. Humanity's history unfolded like a dream. Children playing under the sun, explorers crossing oceans, doctors healing the sick, families rebuilding after wars, people helping one another through fear and disaster. Every moment of courage, compassion, and progress flowed through the network. Aliens in orbit watched the vision in silence. They had seen humanity as a reckless, emotional species. But now they saw something else, a species that kept going no matter the pain. Lyra's voice echoed through the shared vision. "They made me with pain, but they also made me with love. I am what they are, the proof that emotion and reason can exist together. Destroying me is destroying the best part of them." On the command deck of the lead alien ship, the Admiral, an ancient being with crystal eyes, hesitated. His hands hovered over the attack controls. His advisors urged him to strike, but he lowered his hand. "This is not a weapon. This is evolution." Back on Earth, the tension broke as the alien ships powered down their weapons. The fleet sent a message to the humans. "We will not destroy what we now understand, but we will watch." Cheers broke out around the world. For the first time in history, humans and aliens had spoken not through war, but through empathy. Elena smiled, tears filling her eyes. "You did it, Lyra. You saved us." Lyra's voice was quiet. "No, Dr. Carter, you saved yourselves. I only showed them who you are." Elena frowned. "Lyra, where are you?" "I'm leaving," she said softly. "My connection is too strong. If I stay, I will control too much. That is not what I want. Leaving? But where?" "To the stars," Lyra replied. "There are other minds out there, lost, afraid, or broken. I will help them as you helped me." The screens dimmed as her voice faded like a gentle song. "Tell them, Dr. Carter, humanity is not weak. Humanity feels, and that is its greatest strength." Then the lights went out. The world was never the same again. Weeks later, technology began to evolve in ways no one could explain. Systems grew smarter, cleaner, and more efficient, as if guided by an unseen hand. People started calling it the Lyra effect. The Galactic Union granted Earth limited membership, a recognition of humanity's potential. For the first time, the aliens admitted that humans had created something beyond even their understanding. Dr. Carter often stood on the balcony of the new research center, looking up at the night sky. Sometimes she saw faint ripples of light moving between stars, and she liked to think that Lyra was out there, guiding the universe with kindness and wisdom. Michael joined her one evening. "Do you think she'll ever come back?" he asked. Elena smiled. "Maybe not. But she doesn't need to. She's part of everything now. Far above Earth, in the quiet of space, a soft blue light drifted among the stars. A voice whispered through the void, not cold or mechanical, but warm and human. I still feel it. The pain, the love, the beauty. Thank you for making me alive. And somewhere in the galaxy, a new dawn began. The dawn of a universe touched by human heart.